Ukiyo-e, The Japanese Art of Woodblock Printing and Painting by Dolores Herrera. Background. Ukiyo-e emerged in the Tokugawa period in Japan. This time period is also called the Edo period, wherein Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu moved the capital to Edo, which is modern-day Tokyo. In this time, Japan experienced peace, stability, and economic growth. Ukiyo-e is the art of woodblock printing and painting and translates to pictures of the floating world. Since ukiyo-e is a type of screen printing, it is great for mass production and mass consumption. Prints were especially popular among the merchant class who could afford them because of a boost in the economy. Earlier prints depicted the life of indulgence in Edo, particularly subjects like kabuki actors and plays, courtesans, and erotica. Other subjects included scenes of flora and fauna, historic moments in time, and folktales. Ukiyo-e creation process. There are typically 4 people involved in the creation of ukiyo-e. They are the designer who comes up with the artistic design and colors, the engraver who carves the design into the woodblock, the printer who uses the woodblock to print the design on paper, and the publisher who is in charge of funding the work and choosing the subject matter. In the early years of ukiyo-e, prints would be monochrome, but as artists developed the style, multicolored prints would soon become available. The process of producing multicolored prints meant that multiple woodblocks had to be carved for a specific color. Then printers would have to make sure the print was aligned with each woodblock as they applied each color. Ukiyo-e artists. The first master of ukiyo-e was Hishikawa Moronobu. Hishikawa Moronobu was born in 1618 in Yasuda, Japan, and died in 1694 in Edo. His prints include the Gay Quarters and the Kabuki Theater, a 12-print series of Ichimei. Ichimei means single sheet print, and this 12-print series is called Scenes from the Gay Quarters at Yoshiwara, and another one of his famous works is A Beauty Looking Over Her Shoulder, or Beauty Looking Back. The first artist to produce 2-color prints was Okumura Masanobu, and Masanobu lived 1686 to 1764. His work focused on actors and bijinga, or beautiful women. Okumura Masanobu was a self-taught artist but learned how to paint from the works of Tori Kizunobu. He invented prints called ukie, or looming pictures that were large in scale. He also created large vertical prints called Habahiro Hashire-e. Suzuki Harunobu had his initial prints were nothing out of the ordinary, but due to the wealth of his patrons, Harunobu was able to innovate new ways to produce prints. He created what would be called nishiki, or calendar prints, and used very high-end materials. He achieved more opaque and, more importantly, multiple colors in his prints by using multiple blocks on a single print. Kitagawa Utamaru lived 1753 to 1806 and was best known for his Bijin Okubiye prints, or large-headed pictures of beautiful women. Not much is known about Utamaru's life, but in his career he produced over 2,000 prints. Katsushika Hokusai lived 1760 to 1849. Katsushika Hokusai is most known for his print series, 36 Views of Mount Fuji, which boosted him to local and international fame. The most famous of that print series is The Great Wave off Kanagawa. Utagawa Hiroshige lived 1797 to 1858, and he was the last great master of ukiyo-e. His subject matter was landscapes like the 53 stations of the Tokaido and the 69 stations of the Kisokaido. Other subject matter he focused on was birds and flowers. Hiroshige did not try to capture his subjects with realism, but rather with more poetic nature in his art. Utagawa Kunisada lived 1786 to 1865, and he captured kabuki dancers and actors, sumo wrestlers, and beautiful women in his works. He produced over 20,000 designs in his career. However, there is inconsistency in his prints, possibly due to continuously developing and changing his style. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoyed.